Hey, hello. Welcome back to Tribal Council. It's your girl. We are having everyone slowly start to trickle in. Wanted to go live early so you all can have a chance to join the live stream and see who is our next jury member, because we will be bringing in our first jury member that was voted out at the last Tribal Council. So that's exciting as we continue to go. There's a very cute, adorable puppy over here.
Was also negated by another.
So, for those of you who might have missed the individual immunity competition, they had a balance on a very narrow beam. It's already narrow, and as they transitioned, it got smaller, while holding a lovely little dowel contraption. My brain is fried. While holding a little paddle with the lovely little sand idols that we've used. You've seen those a lot. It came down to our final four, all of our lovely women that were in the running, and then it came down to a Val and Kaylee battle, both who have seen their names multiple times this merge, with the last vote almost being Kaylee last time, and then with that it was tied between Val and Declan. So both of them wanting and needing immunity. So Val was able to pull out the win after 2 extensions of raising their hand like Survival Challenge Lady Liberty up above their head, and they were able to pull out that win. So I'm sure Val is sitting back, probably taking a breather, a breath of like, hey, I can relax, collect their thoughts maybe, and just kind of, I don't know, like if you were immune and you've already been kind of on the bottom, would you take this as a moment to kind of like try to make a move, or would you kind of like maybe almost sit back and like let others take the reins and just kind of enjoy that you're immune for a second and hope that you can maybe get yourself out of the limelight? There's a lot of different scenarios here. I feel like if I was in Val's position, knowing that I could have already gone home like the round before, I would try to rekindle my relationships or try to see if there's an avenue with some new relationships out there that I could try to pave in order to, you know, continue to keep myself safe. So we'll see. Yeah, we're just kind of all hanging out. It looks like we're almost ready. I see conversations being had. If anyone's here, shout a comment out in the comments section. Make sure my audio is good. Here, let me flip the camera over just to make sure that you guys can, the audio is still looking like it's working. So no issue there. Yeah, and the drums are starting. So you all know what that means. So we're gonna head into Tribal Council and see what happens next. So post who you want to keep safe, send well wishes, and congratulate everyone for making it this far in the game. Hello, Anthony. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate it.
Val, nice win for you. Oh, I did it already. I just said I wasn't going to forget the jury. I'm sorry. First member of our jury. My apologies, but I do it every season. Nothing crazy. Val, nice win for you out there. I'm sure that felt good after seeing your name pop up a few times. Hi, Val. Nice win for you out there. Sure that felt good.
Yeah.
Did that change anything in the dynamics back there before the votes? Do you have more people coming to you, or does it still feel about the same?
I have fewer people coming to me, so there's that. Feels good to be able to breathe, but I felt like I needed it.
Kaylee, on the other end of that, you had the other half of the votes last time. Very close in that challenge. Where's that leave you feeling right now?
Uneasy and anxious for sure, but I'm going to trust that the folks that I've been working with are going to continue to work with me, and that's all I can do, hold tight.
Paul, checking back in. It's been a few tribal councils. We said, let's see where it goes as far as this group starting to form voting blocks or anything resembling cohesion, or is it still all over the place?
Well, I think we're looking at, 6-5-2, 6-6 deadlock, and then a 6-4 split. So I wouldn't be like putting all my chips on cohesion, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Then talk about just now after the challenge. Another short window, a lot of scrambling, or there's groups that seem to be well situated now.
Back to me?
No, Ned.
Yeah, it was very quick, especially after the last one was super long. So it definitely felt like I was only able to talk to like 2 or 3 people, and then we had to come here. So I'm just putting my trust in the people that I trust, and I hope they return to me.
Declan, did you feel anything different after this last challenge in terms of the dynamic trying to get to the voters? It seemed like it's the same scramble that's going on with loose ends.
I think because the last round was an hour of strategizing. Maybe that's excessive, but it felt like an hour. I think because the last round was so long and so in the sun. We got back for this one and we knew we had like 5 or 10 minutes, and it was actually, instead of being more fast-paced, it was actually, everyone was just very, very sluggish. And so the energy was a lot more muted.
Nicole, did it feel like there was a point out there where it slowed down, or did it go right up to the drums?
Yeah, I feel like it's always going up right to the jump. I feel like there's always 2 or 3 names out there, and you're always thinking about who is the best name for you, right? And like, you might talk to one person, and then you come back to them and they say something else. So it's really, I think like right now and how people answer and what you think and feel is how you decide to vote.
Griffin, you agree with that? 2 or 3 names, that seemed like where you're landing all the time?
Yeah, that's definitely been the trend. We had a little less time. I'd say there was less names this time than usual. I think short time and the sun is kind of getting to everyone today.
Luke, where do you stand right now? Your roller coaster ride you were describing before, are you up, down, in the middle?
Yeah, so I've hit the downswing and I've come back up just a little bit, but I think I've leveled off. I'm still worried, obviously, because I think, same as every tribal, as after merge, it's like, okay, from a physical standpoint, challenge-wise, pre-merge, post-swap, after merge, I've won immunities in all sections of it. So there's the physical threat aspect, but there's other things of my game that I still need to work to improve. So I'm trying to extend my stay here at Camp Survival Challenge as long as humanly possible to build my resume and see where new alliances might pop up, see where old alliances might stick, and survive at all costs.
KP, one of the last tribals, there's a comment that pre-swap tribes seem to be the thing still connecting people together. Is that still the case? Or are we moving? That's starting to blur a little bit.
For some more than others, I think some people really are banking on that still, those first connections. But I think other people have moved on to, now that there's been enough votes to draw some lines, is to, we do think alike. We do align together, even though we didn't have night 1 or night 2 together. we are more alike than the tribes we were originally put on.
Do you agree with that, Leah? Does it seem like there's enough time now where you're starting to get a feel for some of these people that you hadn't had a chance to work with before?
Yeah, I was kind of thrown to the wolves when I am now the only Lona member left. So I kind of had to start talking to people and see what they feel comfortable with. And it's definitely been scary because everyone has somebody from their original tribe, and I'm the only person without somebody. So I feel like I definitely had to kick it into high gear, even though I guess nobody else thinks that, but it's fine. So.
Anything else we need to talk about? All right, reminder of no talking once we get going here. Let's get to the vote.
All right, let's slide out here for a second. So, I think everyone's feeling it today. They've been doing a lot of challenges in the sun. Shout out to John for getting that jury member, but the jury is important, so I'm glad some people were like, another tradition continues. I'm very interested to see what happens with this vote. There's a lot of interesting comments that were made. For instance, KP had mentioned about how people have paved new paths and new alliances, and just because you start on day one doesn't mean that maybe they're in the cards for them, on day 2, 3, 4. So very interesting there. Val was doing a little bit of talking at the top, so I didn't hear a question right off the bat, but very happy to be immune. And apparently maybe there's not as many names being thrown out right now. We are at 10, so it could be a 6-4 going around, especially with how the votes have been going. It feels like there's been like a split of like a 5, 6, 7, 6 kind of majority. So I wonder if someone is feeling potentially at the bottom of one of their alliances, do they flip to the other to maybe make a move if they're not feeling comfortable? Because that's what's going to start to happen as these groups have formed and locked in and start to work together. Someone's at the bottom of that group. Someone's not going to feel comfortable at the bottom of that group. Someone's going to either try to make a move, or they're going to jump or realize it too late. So very interested. Let's see what else. Anyone have anything in the comments? Anything that they can relate to? Kaylee, I know, did get some heat. Hi, Drew. Kaylee did get some heat at the last tribal and was also very close to winning immunity. So, that would be an extra burn, an extra stab if she was to go, because she was so close to winning immunity this go around. But she made it seem like she has people, she's putting her faith in those people, and she's hoping that they have her back. So I see, I don't know if it's whispering, or wonder if they're looking to see, make sure there's no bugs on them. But again, outside of the advantage that was burned by Dan and the mystery idol, we've not seen, really any advantages. So I wonder when those advantages are going to come into play for our players to start using. When is the time to start using those advantages? Nicole was whispering a lot throughout tribal with Val. So maybe Val, feeling immune, put herself in the hot seat. Maybe Val decided to take the steering wheel a little bit. Nicole, where are you? I love you. So yeah, I wonder, and it brought up a good point. Leah is the last one standing from her original tribe. If you look at the dynamics, everyone has somebody. So she's really had to maneuver. She has, as someone labeled it, I want to give credit to Isaiah. She has the Shauna edit from last season. When we got to merge, Shauna was the only one left from her original tribe. And Shauna went on to win and is our current reigning queen. So Leah has the Shauna edit, as we like to call it right now. So even though she got the not desirable things during touchy subjects, that does not mean she can't go on to win this. So we'll see. Yeah, we're about halfway through. I'm interested to see, people, our tension's high, because as you start to really have to have faith and trust in those people that they'll have your back or keep the promises that you make to them. Because, again, only 2 are sitting at the end to win. But 1 wins. 2 sit there, but 1 wins. Does anyone think we're going to have a fire making contest this year? Shout out to Devontae and Beth. Beth, who is here, Devontae in spirit, who had an amazing fire making competition last year. If you've not had a chance to go watch that, go dig that up in the videos and watch. One of the reasons why Beth got the Dragon Beth nickname. Fire breathing Dragon Beth. That is correct. So we'd love to see if we get another lovely fire making competition this year, and if someone can out breathe fire Beth, because that was epic. That was epic. And like I said, overall we've had some amazing merge tribals, spicy tribals, so I'm very intrigued to see where this one goes. We're about 3 to 4 people away, so very interesting. When you're this late in the game, because I was out at 8, of course I had a weird twist where it was a double elimination, so if I had had more single eliminations, that could have changed. Mine was also a weird 2-vote tribal where 2 people went and everyone could vote twice, and it was very interesting. But when you're at this point in the game, you know, it's nerve-wracking, you know, because you're so close. You're so close, you can taste it. Oh my gosh, Melissa. So it's different. It's definitely a different set of nerves from day 1 when you're just trying to forge those alliances to day 4 where now you have to trust those alliances. Spicy tribal, yes. I don't do hot sauce, Andy. But someone can cook it up, but I'm not gonna taste it. Oh my gosh, no. I am breaking out so much. Melissa, stop it. I'm sweating so much. I need a good skin face routine. Let's see where we're at now. Alright, we've got about 2 more people to vote. Shout out some love to your loved ones who are currently still in the game. Fingers crossed that they make it. Does anyone have any predictions based off of what you've seen, if you've been watching, of who you think is going to win, or at least make it to final tribal? Who are your top 2? Who are your top 2 players? You got about 1 person left to vote. Yes, Nicole. Yes, I could go for some coffee. But I'm sure people have had some top 2 who they think will make it to the end. So who do you want to see sitting at the end? Who are your 2? I'm going to remain neutral and unbiased. I will keep my favorites to myself. I think everyone here is playing an amazing game. I think some are playing some very visible games, and some have some non-visible games. But I would wait to see how it pans out before I give my input. But let's just say it's going to be good regardless. I think everyone currently in this game who has played and who's currently in it deserve to be at the end. So we're going to return back. Okay, Greg, I like it. Greg said, period. On point. All right, we're going to return back to Tribal Council because I think we're going to be getting ready to read the votes.
the votes. Anyone has an advantage or near Yaddle, now's the time to play it. Read the votes. Luke. Ned. Luke. Ned. Ned. Luke. 3 votes Luke, 3 votes Ned. Luke. Luke. Luke, that's enough. You can bring him back up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Luke, job is spoken.
And with that,
Put him out.
All right, so as you just saw, Luke voted out of our next, voted out of Survival Challenge, and our next and second jury member. That is so sad. Lots of passions need to have his, yep, he played a really great game. Luke definitely moved over the game. He was strong, he was strategic, he was social. Honestly, that was a big move for whoever decided to take him out, because Luke was definitely high, I think, on a lot of people's lists of potential winner for SC11. So really great game. And yeah, there you have it. So we are gonna be wrapping this up and getting ready for the next challenge, but where one falls, another must be crowned, and the game keeps moving on. No time to slow down. So thank you all for tuning in. Continue to bring in those friends, because we are just getting started here at Survival Challenge. This is where the excitement happens. We are so close to crowning a winner, but there's so much gameplay to play. John has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, I feel like, left. So stay tuned and check back in shortly. Bye.
No, he doesn't.